Now the whole team is here. Health bars are a bit low on both sides though. Elijah and Zoro respectively both very low. This dragon is secured by Paper XLV, who is just getting everything this game. 8 kills, Infernal Drake to his name, and he is a happy Varus.
Yo, he's a super happy Varus.
Oh, maybe not happy anymore. He's getting collapsed on. Caitlyn ulti coming out. Cataclysm used. He will secure a kill, but not without dying himself. Oh, the Chain of Corruption's almost getting a second kill too. And that is just miscommunication and mispositioning from Paper XLV, who is the sole hyper carry of this team.
I guess they took him down. You know, they took him down for Jarvan ult and Jarvan's life, but you finally killed him. But now what do you do now that he's dead? You do nothing. You get the shutdown gold, I guess, but he's still 4,000 gold ahead of this Caitlyn.
Yeah, and I mean, how does this Caitlyn even catch up at this point, right? She's 8 kills down. You see a 9.5k 9.5k gold on this Varus to the almost 6k gold on Caitlyn. That is a very, very large gold difference. That is a full crit item, as we see Varus has already started his 3rd item, while Nidalee is only getting her 2nd item underway.
Nidalee?
Sorry, Caitlyn. Excuse my French.
Yeah, like...
It's been a long day.
I don't know how this guy catches up right now. Like, I guess you have to hope that Paper does some more really dumb things. He makes some really dumb choices. And, you know, you always want to be proactive. You don't want to, like, you never want to be playing reactively, but it feels like you're going to have to wait for Paper to make a mistake.
Yeah. And so I did mention this a bit earlier. The Abyssal Mask from TF. Now, I have very mixed feelings about it because it does give magic resistance, and against, you know, the Galio Nidalee, who do very high amounts of magic damage. And, oh, wait a minute, that's not even important. As the Baron is being started, GP ulti does come out and is going to drop their health bars a little bit. We'll have to see if that's going to be able to force them off. It doesn't look like it, though. Tox already getting very low. And they're going to actually turn their attention over to that Test of Fate. Milkshake Mac getting deleted. Now Werfel running for his life. Fed getting very low and not getting the kill onto Werfel. But that doesn't even matter as Paper XLV comes in to clean it up. Now Elijah looking to maybe get the kill onto Werfel is not going to be doing enough damage with that Q. Winds of War do a decent amount of damage, but you have to be close to them to apply that Abyssal Mask. Now Zoro getting very low himself. Maybe a little bit over aggressive. Health bar is very low on all departments, and Elijah actually going to TP, but going to get it canceled by his own team's Blast Cone. The turret going to go down. Werfel is going to drop as well. But, oh my.
I guess they stopped the Baron.
Yeah, Jarsa over here in the bot lane, though. He was going to be... Oh my lord. This is just... Jarsa got a free inhib tower. Just pushing all the way in. Didn't get the inhib, though, but now in the mid lane, a fight coming out. Zoro, no mana, no health. No more chasing.
Alright, so I think the more I think about that play and that whole thing, the more I like it. Because it did definitely feel like Team Ping was turning around after picking up those kills just to go for the Baron again. You know, you've taken down 3 of the enemy team, just go for that Baron. So, you know, yes, Werfel ended up dying, but they didn't end up stopping it. They didn't end up stopping the Baron. They ended up getting, I know they didn't cancel the teleport by themselves, but they canceled it inadvertently through that series of events. I'm gonna say that was a net gain for them, net positive. They need all the help they can get because it felt like that fight, Morning Bacon got the flip onto Paper, and Paper was like, thanks, now I'm closer, now I can, you know, now I can do more damage. So
yeah, and we do see the Ardent Sensor coming out from Trainee, so I mean, really, with Olulu buffing up this Varus, he is going to very easily reach near the attack speed cap, if not, you know, actually getting it.
Mm-hmm.
He already has 1.9 attack speed without any Rage Blade stacks, without any Lulu buffing, and yeah, there we see a 2.5 attack speed. He actually will be overcapped on attack speed, which is a bit sucky, but that Varus is so strong right now. that
That's
on-hit
pretty
damage.
nasty.
With that Ardent Sensor, with that Varus W, with that Rage Blade, with that Lulu passive, I mean, my body hurts just thinking about it.
Looking at the gold though, it does feel like the Breakfast Club is coming back into it a little bit. The gold differential is shrinking, and I think most of that is coming from the top lane. Jarsa has literally been split pushing for the entire game. He's 4,000 gold up on Toxelry. Paper is 5,000 gold up on Warful, and there's a 1,000 gold difference.
Yeah, we do see Toxelry now trying to go in on that GP, but that GP is just so much gold. He is going to be dropping a bit low though, but in the top side, we do see a bit of a fight in the jungle. Chain of Corruption is not connecting, and now the Volibear is chasing onto Elijah, but will not be over chasing. And GP is actually extremely low. That Brambles Vest on that Shen is doing a lot of work, making sure that that GP is not sustaining up with oranges.
Definitely a great pickup from him. Now, this Mountain Drake did just come up. Their Team Ping is going to pick that one up pretty quickly. You know, do objectives even quicker. Great. They need more of that.
Yeah. It does look like they're having a bit of trouble still finding more objectives that are, you know, the enemy team's base. They only have 4 towers to the 4 towers of Team Breakfast Club. And so it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to actually make good usage of it. They do have 2 Infernals and a Mountain, so they have a lot of damage for this Baron. But at the same time, you know, there still are ways that Team Breakfast Club can win this game, and they have to be very careful for them.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Team Ping is scared of a repeat of that fight around Baron. They don't really want to fight around Baron. They just want to get Baron. They want to get Baron. They want to win the game. They don't really want to scuffle, even though they would win the fight, but they are going to start it.
Yeah, Baron dropping extremely fast. That Varus doing a lot of damage, but not fast enough. 5k health on the Baron, 3k, 2k, 1k, and it will drop, secured by Get Me Fed. But now the team fight afterwards. We're gonna have to see if they can make it out alive with those Baron buffs. The Galio and the Shen are here, and they are CCing people like crazy, but Varus getting extremely low and will actually be taken out. That is the carry down. Worf will get deleted by a spear though. Jarsa now having to clean it up by himself, gets the Lulu, and now turning his attention towards Toxelry. The gold card is going to be secured, and Toxelry is going to get CC'd finally. That stopwatch is finally used, and now Toxelry is going to try to run for his life. Get Me Fed actually getting a kill though, and let's see who can finish it off. It is Jarsa who shoots it, stopwatches, and he is the sole survivor of this entire fight.
Yeah, and you know what? That was exactly why I want to say Team Ping did not want to go for that fight, because I feel like they knew they could get the Baron. It was just getting out that was the problem. And I honestly didn't think they could CC Varus enough to kill him, but clearly they did. It just took 4 people's lives. 4 people's lives to do so. And then Jarsa was able to clean it up. But that was, I don't know. I definitely feel like that was a lot of Paper being off on his own. I feel like nobody was really standing near Paper. I think the Lulu was focused on other people. So maybe if literally anybody had been peeling for the Varus, that fight would have gone differently. But I do definitely like it. Makes the game more interesting. Means that the Breakfast Club can maybe start getting back into this. Warful does pick up his static Shiv, so that's nice. On the opposite side, though, Paper picks up the Blade of the Rune King and the QSS, so he's gonna be a little bit more difficult to kill now.
Yeah, and I mean, they are still definitely in a very decent spot, still up a little bit of gold, and they still have that extremely fed Varus. But now, Jarsa, with his build, is extremely hard to kill and is a very large split push threat, and does a very high amount of damage in team fights still. Oh, in a bit of a sticky situation though, Taunt is going to connect onto 2 people, but not channel for very long, not going to CC very long. The Cataclysm coming out onto Paper, and he gets blown up by Jarsa, getting a kill, and the health bars are dropping left and right. Jarsa getting a double kill, make it a triple kill for Jarsa. Not looking like he's going to get Me Fed. but that is extremely good for the side of Team Breakfast Club. And they're just going to go right for that inhibitor, leave Jarsa in the top lane, make sure that Shen isn't going to split push. This is just going sour.
Super sour. You know, you had Toxelry in the top lane. He doesn't have Stand United. He doesn't have Teleport, so that was always going to be a 4v5 no matter what. And now you have this 9-1 Gangplank, and Paper only has 10 kills, so it's not looking like he's too fed anymore comparatively. So it's looking... The Breakfast Club has a 400 gold lead. They're actually ahead.
Oh, the inhibitor is not going to be finished off, and actually, they're going to scare them away. Morning Bacon Bits getting extremely low. Nidalee Spear coming out. Stand United coming and connecting onto Zoro, but no further chase. Although I correct myself as X-Trainee flashes forward to CC Werfel, but it's not going to be enough.
Huh, I can't
And
believe
look at this
it.
split push from Jarsa. It looks like he's not going to get the tower, but he is drawing a lot of pressure up here.
Yeah, you can't ignore him. He's 9-1. He has a 6,000 gold lead up on Toxelry. And Toxelry did end up using that Stand
And
United in
you
that
can't
fight.
ignore him, but maybe you can kill him. Get me fed, going really aggressive onto Jarsa. The Galio ulti is going to come out. He is not going to find anyone with it, though, and that is a lot used for basically the GP ulti.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know that he needed to ult there, but it was definitely nice to be safe. You know, he's 9-1, so I feel like if he dies, they may just lose the game. So
And I want to point out that this GP actually has more gold than the Varus by a sizable amount. 2,000 gold lead. 16,000 gold on this Gangplank. To the 14,000 on Varus. To the 9.8 thousand on Shen. This Jarsa is literally the entire team right now. He is carrying these fights. He is deleting the carries, and he is winning these fights single-handedly on that Gangplank. And I mean, not just single-handedly. He needs Zoro to engage. He needs Morning Bacon Bits to make sure that they're staying close and that they're CCing them. And it's being executed well in this mid to late game. We do see a bit of a scuffle around the dragon, and Paper is going to immediately burn the flash. Get out of the Cataclysm, though. Jarsa getting extremely low, and that Spirit's Refuge, exactly what we were talking about, denying all that damage. Not going to be able to take out Paper, and they're going to get that Drake on the back end. Werfel going to have to look to run for his life now. And that just, again, this game is flip-flopping left and right like a tug-of-war match, pulling each other into the mud.
Alright, so I guess the Duskblade GP was not as great as I expected it to be, but that's okay. It's alright. We're still good. Still okay. They're probably going to lose this... I don't know. I think they are probably going to lose this mid-inhib.
Yeah, mid-inhibitor tower looking like it's going to go down here. They do have a sizable amount of wave clear, but not hitting it on the minions means that there is definitely no chance of defending that tower. Inhibitor also following shortly after. And giant waves in both the solo lanes here. Baron up in 48 seconds. We're going to have to see what they're going to do here. Looks like they're just going to play it safe and reset.
This Caitlyn is really, really hurting for gold right now. I feel bad for her. What does she have? She has 1 item. She has 2 items. 2 items and a Zeal. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do with that?
I mean, Werfel in a very sticky situation, but all he has to do is just be supplementary damage for this Gangplank. If he can just add a little bit of extra damage with that with that Twisted Fate, with that Jarvan, that means that GP is going to be able to just pop people left and right. And so, you know, just consistent damage is the name of the game. They just need to DPS them out, make sure they're not getting deleted by Paper, and get me fed. And we've seen it work. It is definitely doable. Something to point out, though, is that Trainee hasn't been saving Paper in all of these fights. In that last fight, though, Toxelry and Trainee were both on Paper, and they used everything and saved him, and that's what won the fight. And so if we see repeats of that, it might be extremely hard for Breakfast Club to win this game.
Well, another thing, and I would hope that the Breakfast Club is paying attention to this, is that Paper did have to flash in that just to get out of that cataclysm. So I'm hoping that they remember that, you know, Varys' only escape is his flash, so maybe we should go in. I recognize that you're gonna need
Oh,
some
Baron
position
being
loss.
started up. We do see both teams do have knowledge of this. It's dropping low again. 3k health on that Baron. It is not resetting though, as Galio is in the pit. It is still at 3k HP. 2k, 1.7, and it will be secured again by Get Me Fed. He is getting all these smites in this late game, but now kills dropping left and right. Get Me Fed getting one. Werfel getting one kill as well. Now Elijah dropping. Milkshake Mac out of position though, and Trap is going to stop Paper from chasing anymore. Jarsa has to make it out of here alive though. Or else they're at risk of losing the game, and that will be 2 people living on the side of Team Breakfast Club, but a Baron and 3 kills secured for Team Ping.
Yeah, and it's going to be super hard for them to defend against this siege because we noticed earlier you had the Varys poke coming out, you had the Lulu poke coming out, you had the Nidalee poke coming out. I think it's going to be, like I said, really, really difficult for them to try and defend anything.
Yeah, and I mean,
they're going to have to do it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, but against this Varys, it's gonna be so hard to do. He does have a GA now, so he can't even die just once. You have to kill him again. And, you know, if you pop that GA, it means that Lulu has time for her cooldowns to come back up. So when Varys respawns, he is going to be getting a Lulu shield. His whole team is going to be ready to get on his back and to protect him. You're going to have the Nidalee with heal still available if she's, you know, still alive. And so you can't just kill Paper first, but if you don't focus him and kill him, he's just going to melt your team. And
Honestly,
so it is so hard right now. They need to make picks at this point.
Even if you do focus him, he's got a Guardian Angel. He's got a GA. Looking at these builds though, Steric's Gauge passive and Maw passive don't stack, do they?
Don't stack, yeah. I was seeing that being built by Jarsa. That does not stack, so whichever one is proc first is the one that's going to be used, and the other one is going to be on cooldown as well. That is just a bit unfortunate. I like the Maw against all that AP damage. Sorry, I like the Steric, or the Maw, right. I over the Sterics. I prefer the Maw here. I think he could have went for, you know, some... If he wants some health really badly, he could have maybe went for like a Spirit Visage or something. I don't know. He could have built some MR somewhere else. Or sorry, some health somewhere else if he really wanted it that badly. But I think that just going for the Maw and maybe some more damage just so he can carry would be better at this point. Because if he's taking damage, he's just dying to Varys. That's how it is.
Yeah.
The extra 100 HP isn't going to make a difference.
No. I feel like in between the games I should go look that up though, because it almost, like, the wording of it, I realize that they're unique passives and they're named the same thing, so they're not going to stack, but like the wording of the actual unique passives makes me feel that they could both trigger if they
no,
didn't trigger on the same one.
They're Lifeline.
Okay.
They're both Lifeline. So if you hover over it, it says when Lifeline triggers.
Yeah.
So that's just the Lifeline passive going on.
Okay.
They have different variations of it, but they're both the same thing.
They're the same passive.
Like Hex Tech, you know, if you use one Hex Tech item, they all go on cooldown.
Alright. I like this Zanya's coming out from Get Me Fed though. He's been, he's usually the target of the Stand United or the Lulu ult just because
Jarsa in a sticky situation. Collapsed on by 3 people, does have the oranges up and will use it to get out of that taunt. Elijah taking a decent chunk of damage and actually looks like he might be getting blown up here. Ignite's gonna come out and he will actually be finally taken out. Stand United, it was used on him. Volibear is dropping the ulti, just smacking away with that baby static shift basically, but no one to really slap. Means no more chase, although the Gangplank ultimate, Locket is used. And the Cataclysm is used on that Varys. He will flash out immediately. He still does have the QSS available. Bork is used by him, so he will not be able to slow anyone else chasing him or to chase anyone else. But, I mean, it is just completely unfolding here. Everything is going wrong for Team Breakfast Club. Yeah. And now they're turning their attention to the Elder Dragon.
I almost wish that they hadn't tried to continue that fight because he would kill Elijah. It's possible that Team Ping would have just backed
Oh,
off.
mismite from Zoro. Get me fed securing it. And we see such low health bars, but they can't keep chasing.
Anyways, I almost feel like they shouldn't have gone for that because I think with Elijah dead, there's definitely a possibility of Team Ping just backing off. You know, maybe Team Breakfast Club could have snuck that Elder Drake while Elijah was dead. So, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the fight.
Yeah, and with that, that is a double infernal, double mountain infernal, or sorry, Elder Drake, which that means that the Elder Drake gives 50% bonus to each dragon, right? So you have basically
Oh
an
dear.
extra infernal and an extra mountain Drake. And that burn is going to be dealing so much damage. It deals 45 damage plus 45 per stack. So it'll be doing what? Just roughly 100, 250-ish damage, just under, so like 230 damage over 3 seconds. That is a lot. 230
man.
true damage. If Nidalee lands a spear, if Galio lands a Q, they have a lot of long range abilities to apply this. And so Elder Dragon, about 2/3 duration up, they really do want to utilize it here. If they can get a fight with it, that would be excellent. It does look like they will disengage this, although Get Me Fed getting extremely low. Using that Zanya's does get the Galio ult on as well. And we see health bars dropping left and right. But the first person to drop is Jarsa, who you do not want to die. He is the carry of this team. And Zoro now trying desperately to deal some damage, but not enough. Get Me Fed in that backline, and everyone is dropping left and right. Paper getting a kill, 2 kills, and the snipe coming out from Get Me Fed will secure the final kill, besides for Zoro, who's just limping away. But that looks to be the game, as Team Ping is just walking through the base, and it is only Zoro left. And there's no way that he does this. He's just going to be taken out. And that is going to be game 1 going over to Team Ping as they take the first match in this series between the coaches.
Oh dear. So, ban Varus?
Yeah, well, I mean, even if you ban Varus, any kind of ADC
Okay.
would work there with the Lulu. And if you take away Lulu, you can still
You know
get a
what?
Janna, you can still get a Nami. So
Okay.
really, it's going to come down to execution and playing around that bot lane.
I changed my mind. It's not
Not
ban
pick
Varus.
Volibear.
Do not pick Volibear.
Yeah.
That I think is the number one thing that we need to do for next game. Breakfast Club needs to not troll, or Team Ping does need to troll. I
Yeah,
feel like if
well,
one team's trolling, both teams need trolling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no fun when only one team trolls.
yeah, a little bit of tryharding coming from Team Ping. Team Breakfast Club might put on their pants to make sure that they can make this an intense and close series. But with that, we are going to be getting ready for our second match between these two teams to see if Team Breakfast Club can tie it up or if Team Ping is going to close it out in a sweep. Don't go anywhere, as we will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back with game two, Champ Select for the Coach Show match. I'm Lami Cat, still joined by Companion B, and we have the team switching sides. Ping now on the blue side, Team Breakfast Club on the red side, and with pick ban underway. Comp, how are you feeling about this game?
Well, I can see the pro draft and I didn't pick Volley Bear, so it's already looking better.
All right, that seems like a massive improvement to the team comp of Team Breakfast Club.
Definitely
Now,
enjoying. I like the Gangplank takeaway. It looks like we've had a substitution though. Jarsa is no longer playing top lane. We have Marmalade Toast subbing in.
yeah, that is a bit interesting. Jarso definitely one of the biggest contributing factor for Team Breakfast Club still being even competitive in that game, I should say. And so,
Honestly, I would hope that I hope Marmalade Toast sub back in before they ban the Gangplank. Otherwise, it's kind of lame, you know. Like we banned this away from Jarsa because he did really well on it, but now he's not playing it. So
yeah, it is a bit unfortunate, but they were pretty decisive in that victory, so maybe evening the playing fields a little bit more. Now, we do see a Twitch jungle pickup here from Get Me Fed. And I mean, Banter loves to play just anything that will make a meme in the game.
I was really hoping that wasn't actually Twitch jungle, but
Oh, it
alas.
is.
Alas.
And also, Swain in the mid lane, it's a bit of an interesting combination. They don't really have much synergy together. Swain doesn't. I mean, they do have some CC on the Swain, so that can set up for some decent mid lane ganks. And I think we'll talk a bit about Swain more once we get through the rest of the pick and ban. But on the flip side, we see the Yorick in the top lane, just kind of standard pick. But Jarvan Zillion, I feel like there's some really good synergy there.
Oh, I would think so. You either with the bombs on him or even just speeding him up. I would definitely think so.
Yeah, Zillion can just speed up that Jarvan, get him right in there for the flag and drag, and then using the ultimate, keeping them in the Cataclysm means that Zillion then has time to catch up and then land a double bomb onto the targets of his choosing. So I feel there's a decent amount of synergy there. The Ezreal locked in for Werfel. Ezreal's priority has dropped a fairly considerable amount with his continuous nerfs and the nerfs to Kleptomancy. And so, you know, with this team composition, they don't have a very high amount of damage to burst down targets. I mean, they have some okay poke, but unless Jarvan goes lethality, you're not going to be killing this Varus, who was a very, very big problem last game.
Yeah, looking at the Ezreal pick does definitely surprise me a little bit because there was only one AD carry ban and it was by your own team. So I don't know. I feel like there were definitely some better options for that.
Yeah, Zaya very powerful. You have, Jinx, who has risen up in popularity a lot. I mean, we've even been seeing Draven getting competitive play. I feel like Ezreal's damage output is just so lacking that once you get into that mid to late game, you're just gonna get outscaled.
Yeah.
I want to. Okay, so I did want to talk about Swain a little bit more after we got to see the rest of the picks. The thing about Swain is that he can rip out souls of his enemies once they are CC'd. And so if you have a heavy CC composition, you can get a lot of extra damage and utility on that Swain with the pulling towards your team. And so with the Thresh, who has a lot of crowd control, with the Varus, who has the Chain of Corruptions, and with the Shen, who has a taunt, you have a lot of options to make this Swain enabled. And so once you start grouping together with him, and getting some picks, we could see Thresh just roaming anywhere that Swain goes, roaming together potentially. And it is a lot of damage, and they will stick to you so hard that they can pick off any target, which can be counteracted a little bit by the Zillion and his ultimate, but even then, it's still a bit risky.
Yeah, definitely going to be quality. Even with the Stand United on, like, honestly, even if the Stand United came down onto Swain and then Shen were to taunt somebody, that's another consideration. Like you said, ripping out souls, having a good time.
Yeah. And I mean, we do want to mention though that that is a Shen into a York. So the Shen can block a lot of this Yorick's trading, and he does decent into matching his split push. But once the Shen Sand United uses the Sand United, if his team can disengage properly, which they have a lot of disengage tools with the Zillion, with the Nami, then this Yorick can just get a free split push in, and he takes towers so fast.
Yeah, for sure. We do see Milkshake Mac picking up this teleport again. So again, we're gonna have to see if he chooses to go Unsealed Spellbook again.
Well,
I feel like
something
it
about taking Unsealed Spellbook,
teleport.
you don't actually want to start teleport because you want to just have a combat summoner for the laning phase. Then you want
Right,
to
right.
switch to teleport once you recall.
So that means it's actually a
So
teleport.
it is actually a teleport, and he is running Arcane Comet. We do have
Okay.
confirmation on that.
All
If you
right.
want to know some
That's
more about
cool.
the Unsealed Spellbooks, Morning Bacon Bits is actually running it on Nami here.
That I'm excited for. I feel like you
Yeah.
can definitely, you know what? Like, I do like the Ignite for lane because, as we noticed last time, Varus doesn't exactly have a lot of escapes for himself outside of like a flash, and that is on a pretty long cooldown. So while I do like the Ignite for the laning phase, I think that it's equally important that you have the potential to have either, maybe you want to run triple teleport, maybe you want to do that. But I was thinking more along the lines of an exhaust for that Twitch or for even that Varus if they get ahead.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice
Well,
to have options.
yeah. Well, with that, we're going to go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere, as when we come back, we will be right into the game with Team. My brain is lagging. Team Breakfast Club versus Team Ping. So don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are into game 2 in this coach show match with Team Breakfast Club and Team Ping. I'm Lamia and Cat, joined by Companion of E, and we are getting right in as Team Ping now on the red side, Team Breakfast Club on the blue side. All the players the same except for Marmalade Toast subbing in, replacing Jarsa.
All right,
And
are they going
so,
to go for the invade?
yeah, this is a bit risky. I mean, they're invading into a Thresh. I think it's very ballsy. I do think that a proper collapse here could mean some kills potentially.
I think it's best not to risk. You have, like we said, the very immobile Varus. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Oh,
Werfel getting a bit greedy here. Might get punished? No? Okay.
I was really hoping he was going to get hooked, but you know what? Trainee doesn't actually have hasn't actually assigned his spell yet, so he could have hooked Worf. But
Yeah,
yeah.
normally it is beneficial for Threshes to just kind of hold on, level it when you know that you're gonna use it. You want to level
Mhm.
your E a few seconds before, so it has time to get the full charge of passive damage. But you don't need to level it up immediately as soon as you get into the game. And so we do see everyone just kind of going to their own jungle. There is a ward on this red buff though, so Team Breakfast Club does have the information and will be able to track Get Me Fed a little bit through his jungle pathing.
I don't know. I mean, they had the information, but I feel like it was fairly obvious he was going to be starting on his bot side anyways. So, I don't know.
Mhm.
Like, did they really get a lot of information from that? Eh.
Yeah. It's just guaranteed knowledge for something that's pretty much guaranteed anyways.
Yeah. Oh well. At least I have it.
Yeah. No harm, no
I'm.
foul there.
I am a little bit surprised to see. I feel like Kleptomancy was nerfed, and so Ezreal doesn't really want to go at any. But Werfel does have it. Is that still the correct
Yeah,
rune,
there
do you
isn't
think?
any real other options for Ezreal, so you
Okay.
definitely do want to opt into the Kleptomancy still.
But it
It
isn't
is,
great?
I mean, it is weaker than it was before, but it is still by far his best keystone,
Okay.
and so it will be what you will opt into on the Ezreal pick the majority of the time, 99% or so.
Alright. These newfangled 80 carries. I hate 80 carries. So silly.
Yeah, a lot of people definitely do knee-jerk reaction to nerfs, right? Ezreal is still, he still has some strengths, but Get Me Fed up in this top lane has a lot of strength, and the switch with the double buffs, he'll be slowing down Marmalade Toast, getting all the 5 poison stacks, and will be getting the kill secured. Not exactly, as those dots are not enough to take him out yet. Yorick having a lot of sustain with that corruption potion, but he's just going to be running into the tower and dying here. First blood going over to Get Me Fed, and that Twitch is a happy camper as he is camping this top lane with his first gank already.
Definitely unfortunate for poor Marmalade Toast. In this bot lane, though, we are seeing the, I don't know, like, Thresh is technically a ranged support, but I feel like he isn't really because we're feeling that Werfel is at half health, Paper's at, no, other way around. Werfel's at full health, Paper's at half, so we are seeing the sustain of the Nami, we are seeing the poke of the Nami, so I'm really hoping that they can get Zoro down here and get some kills.
Oh,
As I
Bubble
say
is
that,
connecting. Health bars dropping left and right. Morning Bacon Bits getting extremely low and will get taken out by the Flash. But in the top lane, even more dueling. We see the bot lane fight. Trainee is going to possibly fall here. Flashing out. Werfel flashing under the tower, actually getting the kill with the auto attack and living. And Paper XLV, did he die to minions? Nami got the kill. I think Paper died to minions. I'm going to quickly
that's
double
unfortunate.
check that, but...
Oh, and you know what? As he's double checking, we are seeing Get Me Fed going in on Milkshake Mac in the mid lane. He's actually just going to pick up that kill. He's just going to kill him.
And now in the top lane, Marmalade Toast extremely low, but Auxiliary flashing out of that EQ from Zoro. And just left and right, ganks coming out, bodies dropping.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, letting things settle down for a second. Letting things get to a nice good old simmer. We see a 3-2 kill difference. Or sorry, 3 kills to 2 kills. Ping with the 1 kill advantage.
We also see the mid lane Nami. I like that.
Yeah.
Mid lane
This game
Nami
is
is
extremely
good.
close right now. We already see 2 tiers for the Zillion and the Ezreal, which is expected. We see a Mana Crystal on top lane. I don't think it's going to be a 3rd tier.
Darn.
We could potentially see another tier come out on the Nami. It is... A lot of Nami mains do like it. Not a lot of people that don't main Nami go for it, though. And I'm very, very split on how I feel about it. So... I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't rejoice either. I would be happy to see 3 tiers, though, because that item represents me very well.
Of course. Looking at this bottom lane, though...
Oh, Hook is connecting on Bacon Bits, yeah. Sorry, the Varus E applying the grievous wounds means that Nami's healing is going to be dealing is going to be sustaining her a bit less, but with that refillable potion, she is going to be mighty fine in that health department.
Yeah, like...
Well, it's not a health department, in the department of her own health.
The department of her own health. Sorry. So... Zoro just gonna walk into this mid lane, just gonna walk out. Get Me Fed is here though, so he may be getting collapsed on.
Oh, Get Me Fed getting very low here. Zoro only level 5 though, and he will actually be exposed from that pressy attack from that Twitch, and the kill will be secured by Get Me Fed. And Elijah doing massive damage with the 5 soul fragments, deleting Milkshake Mac, who didn't even have time to chrono shift.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about why he didn't ult there. He didn't ult himself. He didn't ult Zoro. I feel like when Zoro died, that may have been an indication, hey, maybe I should ult myself and not die. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a
Might have
bit of
been
a
a
whoopsie.
misplay. Might have just wanted to
The
save it since he thought he was going to die anyways.
Yeah, the thing about Swain is he's still a fairly new champion for most players, and so unless you've really been playing and practicing against him specifically, you don't really exactly know how his kit works. And so what he does is when he hits his passive, his W or his when he gets his passive and rips out a soul fragment, he will collect one, right? And so that's what his little marker thing is. He can get up to 5 soul fragments, and his W also gives them, which is the giant revealing eye thing. And so when he gets 5, or sorry, each fragment up to 5 will increase his ulti's damage output by a very large amount. And you need at least 1 soul fragment to ulti. So Swain, if he has a big red bar under him, 5 big red bars, you're going to be extremely careful around him. Oh, in this top lane, Marmalade Toast is getting deleted by Get Me Fed. Excuse me, as they are extremely low. This bot lane, look at this bubble connecting onto paper, but Ignite coming out, but the Thresh Lantern and the heal is going to be enough. As Morning Bacon Bits playing with fire, or should I say water. But no kills coming out in that bot lane. We have to be careful though, because Ezreal, with that range, can possibly snipe a kill out of the blue.
Yep, I don't think his ult is going to be up just yet, but I feel that Morning Bacon Bits is very, very close to level 6. If he had been level 6, I think that would have been a... if only.
Yeah.
If...
Now, Werfel having a decent amount of gold, already up 20-ish CS or so, and will secure the first blood tower here. Now about a 1,000 gold lead after Varus collects that wave, and the Infernal Drake will actually be secured by Milkshake Mac. Get Me Fed not getting the steal, and possibly getting caught out here. The bubble is going to connect, and Zoro landing that EQ. The double bombs coming out, and that will be a kill secured for Zoro. Werfel getting extremely low, but not dropping. And there's a gold lead in favor of Team Breakfast Club, even though they're behind in kills. Oh, Hook is landing. Werfel in a sticky situation. He will flash heal out of there, and Trainee is actually extremely low. Werfel has to be careful. Does have the ultimate, and the True Shot Barrage not connecting. Now Paper XLV extremely low. Has to watch out. Werfel's Arcane Shift is up in 5 seconds. No tower here means that they can chase. And the Mystic Shock does connect, and that will be a kill secured by Werfel. Now Paper XLV having to run away from Zoro, and the Cataclysm will dunk that kill. Zoro picking up one for himself. 2k gold lead over to Team Breakfast Club, and Ping is just pinging their team.
Yeah, Ping is well, Ping is proving that it was Werfel.
Get Me Fed getting this kill onto Werfel, it looks like, and that will be secured. Being a bit greedy there.
Anyways,
Tisk.
I completely lost my train of thought, but I remembered the other one I lost from like way before when Twitch got caught out, and the train of thought was that Twitch is super strong right now. He's doing really, really well in this jungle, but he's an AD carry. So he's going to have a super high damage output, as we've seen in those lane ganks that he's been putting down onto Marmalade Toast. But, you know...
Oh, Hook is connecting onto Morning Bacon Bits, who is walking up towards Get Me Fed. Bubble's not going to connect, but the Zillion ulti does come out. Chain of Corruption's being just whiffed completely. And the Flay is going to bring Morning Bacon Bits back, and Paper XLV getting a second kill of the game. Now 2 Fed 80 carries, peppering away at this mid tower. The Hook is going to connect, but they don't necessarily want to take this fight yet. Elijah going in with the 5 stacks of his ultimate. He is giving the good Swain suck, but he will not be getting any kills. Although, never mind, he actually gets Milkshake Mac. The Ignite is enough to finish out that kill.
The Swain suck. Please never repeat that.
You can't stop me.
I have to say, I do like Trainee throwing at that hook and then immediately mastering emote.
Oh, Elijah getting caught out, but the lantern will be flashed away from, and that might actually spell Elijah's death, and it will. And a second kill going over to Werfel as Paper XLV drops as well. Everything used and everything miscoordinated. The lantern just completely overlooked. Supports get no love.
Yeah, that one was a little bit awkward.
Oh, Get Me Fed getting killed by Morning Bacon Bits flashing away from the solo support. That is unfortunate. Morning Bacon Bits does not have the tidal wave, so no ultimate.
Oh
Flashes over the wall, and that will be supportal combat. Morning Bacon Bits will get a solo kill onto Get Me Fed. I am in love right here. As Top Celery is dueling up in the top lane.
Morning Bacon Bits has just stolen my heart. I love him. Holy
Sliding
cow.
into those DMs after this game.
Please slide into my DMs. That was great.
Oh lord.
Man,
And that's
just
also
thinking
going to
about
secure
that.
the Rift Herald and a mid tower. That's pretty significant, honestly. Now the gold lead is pretty decently in favor of the Team Breakfast Club, and Team Ping now is losing a lot of their momentum. Toxillery now dashing away. We're right into the double bombs. Ghoul slapping away, and that will be Milkshake Mac picking up his first kill of the game and turning his attention towards his top tower with the Rift Herald being summoned by Zoro.
Yeah, I definitely like this Rift Herald because every other member of Team Ping is on the bot side. They're sieging mid lane, but Werfel's there to, you know, clear waves, cause trouble. So, I don't know. They're going to get some damage on the second tier turret, but I feel like they should be able to, the rest of Team Ping should be able to just collapse onto
Oh,
Elijah
and it
and
looks
Train.
like they might be collapsing. Zoro not having the Cataclysm, though, means that they are not going to overextend for that. And Marmalade Toast just teleported into that bot lane to make sure the wave is going to be able to be cleared out. It is worth mentioning the Drake up in 1 minute is a Cloud Drake, so not the most valuable of Drakes. We might see a team pick it up because it is just there. And Get Me Fed might have caught Werfel. We'll have to see who's actually the one caught, though, as Morning Bacon Bits is helping out here. And not even the Zillion ultimate was needed, as heal was used by Werfel, who will secure that kill onto Get Me Fed. And that was an unfortunate scenario for him, where the Blast Cone launched Ezreal right on top of his head, and Werfel just Goomba stomped him. Oh, Morning Bacon Bits getting very low, though. Varus does not use the Chain of Corruptions and instead just gets the kill anyways. Now Werfel getting taken extremely low by Elijah. That Swain will have his ultimate ready to proc soon, but will not reactivate it, not get that healing out, and Werfel getting a double kill. Milkshake Mac getting a kill onto Trainee as well. And Werfel is going crazy on this Ezreal. With the split push on that Yorick in the bot lane, Get Me Fed, you have to be careful for him, Werfel, as he might just assassinate you, but
I
yeah,
hope he-
that will happen. No, the stopwatch! It might be enough, and he actually lives, and they get the kill!
Oh my
god, Werfel.
That was... Those are for some fast fingers.
Yeah, he doesn't stopwatch the first auto, but stopwatches before the second one, and that's pretty good reaction time, honestly. Oh, the double bubble will connect. Now Marmalade Toast getting minion blocked by his own maiden, and will actually get killed because of that. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, we have another support picking up a kill, causing some trouble.
Yeah, speaking of supports picking up stuff, Morning Bacon Bits picking a fight here, as Trainee is going to be CCing him in. Now Morning Bacon Bits getting extremely low on that Nami, still having a lot of movement speed though because of that passive, and will just swim out of there.
So, a lot of things happen there. Namely, I believe, like...
Oh, Tidal Wave is used here. The Cloud Drake is actually a bit of a point of contention here, as the Jarvan is being dragged left and right, flag and drag into the Thresh Hook, but he will get Zillion ulted, so he will be able to make it out of there. Zoro living, but look at the health bars on both sides, extremely low. This is extremely risky for each side. Werfel looking to jump in here though. Paper XLV gets deleted. Zoro also being dropped though, trading left and right. Werfel now chasing a little bit, has to be careful though, as Get Me Fed might assassinate a target here. Milkshake Mac might be in his line of sight. Werfel, now having vision of all the members here, will turn his attention to Get Me Fed and will pick up 1 kill, but looks like he's going to be taken out by Trainee. Elijah now flashing in, doing a lot of damage with that Swain. His ultimate still going off, and he has not reactivated it once this game. That is just feels bad for the Swain.
Yeah, that may have been a little bit cocky on this on Werfel's part. Like, really? You're gonna solo chase after 4 members?
Yeah, he does pick up a kill, so it's not a complete waste, but that is an Ezreal who was worth a lot of shutdown gold, so not necessarily the best case scenario, but also not the worst.
No, and we do see Morning Baking Bits trading out that teleport for an exhaust. I was thinking it was going to be for Get Me Fed. Looks like it may be for Elijah.
Yeah, I mean, Elijah on that Swain is doing a very large amount of damage, and we mentioned, with all that CC, that Swain can get a lot of soul stacks up very quickly. He can also provide a lot of extra damage with that. I mean, that's going to be dealing a decent chunk of damage, and well, it's not dealing damage. It's going to be healing the Swain up, making sure he stays alive, and then that ulti is going to be dealing the damage. And Spray and Pray coming out here, Trainee now CCing the target, and actually already dropping Morning Bacon Bits. Now Zoro having to run for his life. Milkshake Mac dropping the ulti on himself, but does not get killed, and will actually get killed here. Oh, are they going to pop the Blast Cone? They are, but he is going to be full health, and he's going to be zillioning away at a zillion miles per hour. Chain of Corruption's not connecting onto Werfel. And it looks like there won't be any more chasing, although Toxillery might look for Werfel here. Werfel might be out of position. He's just in between 3 people. The double bomb is going to actually land onto Toxillery, but Werfel escapes with his life somehow. And that's a flash used by that Shen, which is extremely important.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't end up using... Well, he didn't need to use Stand United, but, you know, the flash taunt is definitely something that every AD carry worries about.
Yeah, and with the flash taunt on cooldown, it doesn't look like it's going to have to be a worry for them anymore. Now, we do see a lot of emphasis on the vision control this game. Look at the minimap. Look at all these wards. There is a ward in every single possible location from the side of Team Breakfast Club. I almost want to say Team Bacon Bits.
Honestly, it might as well be.
With that flash Nami kill onto Get Me Fed, I think it is at this point. Oh, that's too much. But Baron is spawning in 15 seconds. It is still just barely spawning, so it is going to be very hard to kill. And with Ezreal, you don't really have that much of a damage output, especially before he gets that Blade of the Ruined King. And so it's not a realistic possibility, or a realistic objective to go for at this point in the game.
I was just so scared because I didn't see the Muramana. I was like, this man sold his tier. I was horrified. I was like, where is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, speaking of tier, Morning Bacon Bits not opting into that, obviously not at all a controversial choice. However, okay, we do see a top lane siege going down. Double bomb is connecting onto Elijah. It's a bit of a dance back and forth here. We're gonna have to see if they're gonna be able to secure that tower. Werfel in the mid lane. This is a bit of an iffy situation as Paper XLV is gonna wave clear it out, but we might see someone get caught out here. We have to keep a close eye out with these rotations and transitions between the lanes.
Yeah, I think both teams are definitely looking for a pick here, especially like you said, when you're moving between lanes. There's a lot of nothing happening right now. Well, it's Siege, but it feels like a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Even with the blue turret going down, because they finally picked that one up.
Yeah, and I want to... Oh, Werfel getting flayed, getting really low. That's Swain now dropping the ultimate. You are just not hitting anything with that right now. And this is, again, we are not seeing very good value from the Swain ultimate. Time after time, he is just not finding the right targets. Or any targets, actually.
Oh, Toast.
Oh, now Toxillery getting extremely low. Marmalade Toast Now turning his attention to Get Me Fed, who is just dropping, but not fast enough as he actually lives with a sliver of HP. But with all that pressure into that bottom side, they're rushing down this Baron. It is not dropping extremely fast though. It is at 9k HP, 8k. They have to go fast, and it looks like they might get it at this point. It is down to about 5k HP now, but we do see people coming close. Morning Bacon Bits is trying his best to zone, flashing away from nothing, and the Baron will actually be reset. They don't decide to commit to it, and that is extremely bad. No mana, no health, no more flash on that Nami. And that is a failed Baron attempt. With the Infernal Drake up too, they might just lose that now.
Yeah, I think they will.
Yeah. And so before that fight broke out, I was mentioning Nami is an extremely mana hungry support. She has 710 mana right now at max. And her W costs 130. She can get 6 Ws and that's it. Yeah, so I really do think that it is better for Nami to take Biscuit Delivery and maybe grab a Dark Seal. I think that she should have at least done one of those two. And instead opted into the futures market, which I just don't like on support, honestly. I don't think it's really that great.
I actually thought you were about to say you wish you should have gone tier. I was gonna hit you.
No. I wouldn't have been against her going tier, but I would have wanted some mana items at the very least. This Nami is gonna have I mean, we saw she ran in that last fight. She wasn't able to heal her team while they were doing the Baron, and that caused them to have to peel off of it.
Mm-hmm. So while they definitely do have the sustain of that Nami, I don't know, I guess they don't, they don't.
It's more just like burst healing. That's all she's doing. Just in these fights, she can burst heal 1 or 2 targets, and then that's it. She's donezo.
Mm-hmm. It feels like they kind of, I don't know, it feels like they kind of want sustain. They kind of want long fights because they have that sustain, but not too long because she's not super sustained. So just a confusing situation.
Yeah, which is why I would like a little more mana on her. And base mana also does synergize with Mana Flow Band, because the more mana you have, the maximum mana and the more missing mana you have, the more you get from Mana Flow Band, and therefore if you have more max mana, you have more of a pool to have missing mana, and then you just get more mana back, more healing, more happy fish. Oh, now Morning Bacon Bits not looking like the happiest of all fish, getting flayed, but will escape. Zoro making sure to buy some pressure.
Mm-hmm. And I had something I was gonna say and it just completely escaped me. Looks like they could be posturing for a fight here though. You have Team Breakfast Club really, really spread out. So I'm not sure.
Maiden is dropped in the bot lane. Marmalade Toast getting a lot of damage on Talk Celery. I don't think we will be seeing a solo kill in this tank slapfest. But those ghouls are doing an awful lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they both have teleport. The Shen, obviously, with that Stand United.
Yeah, Shen extremely low, though. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to stand United yet. He is about to get the home guards, which will heal him up. And now we see Trainee getting extremely low. Paper XLV getting stuck in the Cataclysm. People dropping left and right. Get Me Fed getting 2 kills. Actually, second kill going over to Elijah, who was using that Swain ultimate, and he does not get the recast, but it doesn't matter, as Zoro drops anyways. Now on the bot side, we see Marmalade Toast getting a very good split push off Talk Celery, almost getting killed, and actually will drop solo to that Yorick with the banner of, sorry, not the banner of the command, ZZ Raw Portal Yorick. He is just a split push monster.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You got rid of one carry top laner.
The inhibitor lived. Look at that in his health. It dropped to 100 HP. And what was this? Paper XLV getting the solo kill onto Paper... Oh, Milkshake Mac? Hello? That's solo kill. I missed that because I was staring at an inhibitor, but...
Yeah. I'm trying to understand the context in which that occurred, but... I'll take it.
Look, it was a very low inhibitor, alright? The inhibitor was intense. It was a very, very intense inhibitor. Just
yeah, we both had to look at it.
Yeah, we were staring at something that had nothing around it. Let's just stare at a rock, honestly. Just shoutcast a rock. Let's just do that instead.
It's a lovely shade of gray. Oh, bacon bits.
This is gonna be gray screen for Morning Bacon Bits. That is just... You can't miss position on that Nami.
No, Nami. She felt like she wasn't mispositioning is the worst part. It's just that Get Me Fed is invisible and causing trouble.
Yeah, you have to be careful. I mean, that Twitch can just blow up your entire team. You can't be next to your tank. You have to be behind them. You have to be close to them so they can help you, but not too close that you're going to be eating AoE damage from a spray and pray.
Yeah, and they
And
did end up
Trainee
picking
getting
up
very
that.
low here. Maybe they can actually find and engage even without their Nami. Zoro just gonna EQ out. Double Bomb is connecting though, and Trainee getting extremely low, dropping to about 50 HP. Now Zoro decides he might want to go in now, but it's a little bit late for that, buddy. Teleport coming out from Morning Bacon Bits. That Unsealed Spellbook Nami is gonna be getting value, but there is no value for Zoro here, or Milkshake Mac, or Morning Bacon Bits, as they all just drop left and right. Now we do see a split push from Marmalade Toast, and he is just forcing all the recalls. Werfel is going to stop some of them as he gets a kill actually to stop it. Get Me Fed is going to be taken out there. Werfel now dropping the Arcane, or sorry, he drops the True Shot Barrage. And now Trainee looks like he's going to be killed here. He will. Werfel getting 2 kills on the back end. This Ezreal showing up huge, as well as the Yorick split pushing, drawing so much pressure.
Yeah, Ezreal is just wreaking havoc on this team.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna take a peek at Yorick's build because I'm a bit interested by it. It is a ZZ Rot portal.
Trying not to think about it.
Yeah. Oh, Marmalade Toast now going for a 1v2 here. The Maiden of the Mist doing a lot of damage to Elijah, but those ghouls are not gonna get their autos off in that Spirit's Refuge, and Toxicity is just gonna eat it up, slap it off, and then there goes the Yorick ulti. Bye bye to that Maiden, but. I want to touch on this.
Cooldown.
Yeah, Yorick has a lot of cooldown at this point. Has 30% cooldown reduction with that Triforce with Transcendence, right? Yeah, he is running Sorcery Secondary with Transcendence and Ultimate Hat. So this Yorick actually has so much cooldown for that Maiden. She is on a 59-second cooldown right now.
Yeah, definitely nice to be her right about now. Oh, Werfel is actually just going to pick up that Ocean Drake without anybody noticing, including us.
Just soloing it.
He did manage to pick up that Guardian Angel on his last back, so he's going to be significantly more difficult to kill right about now.
Yeah, and especially with that Twitch, looking to assassinate carries, that Ezreal is so tanky with that Iceborne Gauntlet, with that Guardian Angel. He actually has a lot of armor, if we want to be specific about it. He has 172 armor. That is more than the Jarvan, more than the Yorick. So this is just a tank Ezreal, and he is just tanking up the entire team. Solo kills Elijah. Now escapes with his life, flashing away from that chain of corruptions. True Shot Barrage will connect on the Paper XLV, and the Zillion ulti is not going to be able to connect. And the Shen ulti wasn't enough to save Paper XLV, but it will stall the fight out. And just left and right, bodies are hitting the floor. Zillion ulti was used onto himself. Milkshake Mac trying to just zoom out of there. Old man legs going real fast. But Toxilver just flashing to the side?
So,
I'm gonna have to rub my eyes for that one. Did I missee something? Well, with that is a 2-for-2 trade, but the health bars are an advantage of Team Breakfast Club. So Ping is just gonna have to back up and give a second inhibitor, and that is horrible because these are their bot and mid inhibitors. That is gonna be drawing so much pressure away from that Baron. That is gonna make that a much easier objective for Team Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I think they honestly, I feel like they just wait until the waves push in and then go for Baron.
Yeah. They do want to make sure that they have top wave shoving as well, though. So that way, once they do grab the Baron, they can go and, push with it immediately instead of having to spend an extra 30 plus seconds wave clearing. But this is a very good position to be in. And the ADC Paper XLV is in the bottom lane. At this point, they could force a 4v5.
I don't think they're going to, though. Looks like they may just be back
Doesn't look like they're capitalizing on it. They did see him down there because he was clearing out minions. And maybe they won't. No, they are not. Paper XLV is on his way up. They're starting Baron without their AD carry. This is an extremely ballsy move. They saw people recalling, but they have TP. They're coming in hot. Man's not hot, but the entire enemy team is, as they are just dying. Trainee 200 HP, and will get taken out. Toxicity getting extremely low too. Zoro does look like he will finally drop, and Get Me Fed is just popping off, getting kill after kill. Double kill for him. And now Elijah actually getting kills in the backside too. Takes out Werfel. Morning Bacon Bits is going to flash out, but that is a 2 for 3 in favor of Ping. And Team Breakfast Club gets a very unfortunate fight, although look at their base. Superman is flooding in.
Yeah, they aren't gonna be able to, rush the Baron. I feel like it was potential. They didn't really have a tank, especially with Elijah being super low off of that, but he is Swain. Swain finds a way, and they did have crazy damage from Paper and Get Me Fed, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, something to touch on as well is with the Nami, we were touching on her sustain, having to heal people up. Yorick isn't really going to be there, taking poke damage, so you don't have to worry about healing him. Zoro has a Warmogs. You don't really have to worry about healing him. And then the other two people have such small health bars that, it doesn't actually take that much mana to heal them, especially with the amount of healing increase in AP that Nami has at this point. And with all that mana regen that she's stacking up, she should be perfectly fine, actually, for sustaining people through these poke engages in this phase of the game. So definitely look forward to nullifying some of that Varus poke that he definitely doesn't have a lot of because of his build.
Yeah. I love that Wits End, though.
I do like it. It does help a lot against that Zillion damage. It's not really going to affect the Ezreal damage, but Wits End, a decent item for Varus.
Definitely a fan. I feel as though he maybe could have gone for a Runins instead
this
of
looks
that.
like a Baron starting up here. We see Zoro tanking it up, and Team Breakfast Club looking that like they're either going to commit to it or bait it. Morning Bacon Bits, you got to be really careful, buddy. You're against a Twitch. He's looking for you. And Baron's actually going to be secured by Zoro, and Yorick is in the bot side split pushing with Elijah, but now a complete team fight breaking out. Banter getting extremely low, but not dying, getting 1, 2, 3 kills, looking like he's going to recall to answer the split push. Elijah does, however, die to Marmalade Toast. Milkshake Mac is going to live and just kite out. And that will be an inhibitor taken again by Marmalade Toast with that Baron buff on that Yorick, and he is just, ooh. Looks like he's going to be taken out by the poison and the red buff. No, he is not. There's a lot of regen on that Yorick. But Thresh is looking like he's going to cut him off. We're going to have to see if he's going to be able to escape. This is a very fast Yorick, though.
Great escape.
He does land the slow. He is healing up a lot of health regen because of that Baron buff, but...
Yeah, and I think now that he missed the Q, he's
going to walk out.
Yeah, he's just good.
Does Baron buff even give regen anymore? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. He's just got a lot of regen because of that Z0 portal.
Okay, so thoughts on that Baron and that Baron fight. Get Me Fed got that entire ult off on the back line of the Breakfast Club, and honestly, it looked like nobody touched him the entire fight. Like, he was hitting Werfel, he was hitting Morning Bacon Bits. I wasn't expecting Morning Bacon Bits to kill him, but, I feel like Werfel probably should have been auto-attacking him instead of Toxlori. I know Tox is a tank. It's scary to have a tank hitting you in the face. But I think it's even scarier to be dead. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just prioritizing targets. And Get Me Fed does have that Knight's Vow on him, so he is going to be receiving a ton of healing from that guy. So, I don't know. Sorry, not receiving a ton of healing. He's going to be taking significantly less damage, especially since it's on to Toxlori. But,
yeah, Tox is just going to soak that damage from him. This is a bit of a weird situation going on here, though. With Yorick up in the top lane, his entire team is just going to be keeping these waves shoved in. But they have to be careful not to get engaged upon. Marmalade Toast is just whacking away this turret, though.
He just gets that turret, like...
Yeah, and this Yorick is just split pushing for the win. They're down kills, actually. And while, yes, Twitch, Swain, Varus skilled much better than their opponents, in damage output at least, you just have a Yorick split pushing, and they just can't answer this. Yorick is just whacking away tower after tower.
Yeah,
2 towers to the 9 towers.
You still have a Baron.
Oh, teleport coming in, the submarine play from the Twitch! In the backline, 2 people taunted up, Zoro and Marmalade Toast, but they get onto Get Me Fed, but he does not drop, and he's getting Triumph healing left and right, and he will actually live. Double kill, triple kill, not gonna be got as Paper, Elijah, and Tox all pick up a kill for themselves. And that is an ace with long death timers, but there's no clear path into the base yet.
Oh yeah, I don't think they can just end this game, luckily, because they have no minions. They have no minions because they have 3 inhibitors down. But they can't just end, but it's definitely going to hurt them a little bit.
Yeah, they lose a lot of kill gold, obviously, and it looks like they're going to get their first tower here in a little bit. And they might pressure on for that inhibitor tower as well, and maybe even go for the inhib. We're going to have to see how long they commit for it.
Well, Morning Bacon Bits can defend. Looks like they're just going to back off, though.
Yeah, not wanting to overcommit, just going to take their wins one step at a time. But triple inhibitor is what, you know, a lot of people refer to this as the death sentence, as you have double super minions going in every lane. That is so hard to wave clear. Luckily, you have Twitch with the Rune-Ons. Luckily, you have a Varus who has decently, you know, decent damage output, although he doesn't have a Rune-Ons. And then Swain also has fairly good wave clear, but this is just so many minions. And I mean, it's going to take all their efforts just to clear these waves out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't know. It feels like a lot of the time in these 5v5 or even 4v5 fights, the Breakfast Club is just getting murdered.
Oh, bubble landing onto Trainee. Now the tidal wave will be used. Cataclysm is dropped as well. Double bomb is connecting from Milkshake Mac. That Zillion is gonna get a lot of CC on him. Pulled over the wall. Milkshake Mac is just having to force his flash. What was that? That is so unfortunate for him. The Chain of Corruptions is landing onto Werfel, who just barely lives. Heals coming out. Toxilary is gonna get the kill though with that Titanic Hydra, but might get taken out himself using that Gargoyle Stone Plate, taking a lot less damage, but will finally get taken out. Marmalade Toast securing a kill for himself. Get Me Fed, very low health on that Twitch, but in a very safe situation as he has a lot of life still and a lot of a team to back him up.
In what scenario do you want to use 2 ultimates so important as Nami ultimate and German ultimate on the support?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to do that if you can just kill him and get out. Your DPS wasn't there in time, and now you're losing another DPS here as Banter, sorry, Get Me Fed / Banter picks up a solo kill onto Milkshake Mac. Oh my gosh, that's just painful, but bottom inhibitor is respawned, which means only 1 super minion in the 2 lanes with the inhibitor still up. And I mean, something to mention is how these inhibitors were taken out timing wise. The bot inhib was taken first, then the mid inhib was taken out, and then the top inhib was taken out. And so you have them all just spawning one after the other, and it's not like you can just win a team fight, go take out all the inhibs. You have to win multiple team fights to get multiple inhibs, and you just have to keep on returning back in, which is a lot riskier for them. Oh, Marmalade Toast getting extremely low, not getting the kill onto Paper XLV, and just picking a fight with 2 ADCs by himself is not what you want to do. Especially with Baron up in 17 seconds, and Dragon up in 51 seconds.
Yeah, this is definitely feeling a little bit frustrating to watch because every fight goes the same, you know? Marmalade Toast is split pushing, he's having a good time, a fight breaks out, Get Me Fed kills the entire team.
Oh, Hook is landing onto Werfel. Tidal Wave is used to peel him off. Morning Bacon Bits is getting extremely low, not going to die to the poison with the self-heal. But a lot of people getting extremely low, but only Trainee dies there. And that's actually a pretty big deal because that stalls out time, buys time for Marmalade Toast to come up. He's going to be alive before this Baron is finished. He does have teleport up. We're going to have to see how it is used. The Baron is going to be secured by Twitch. Get Me Fed gets that kill. But now TP coming in from Marmalade Toast. An engage from Zoro comes out. Cataclysm is available. and the bubble does not connect, but Marmalade Toast in the backline with his shovel does connect. He is saying, ring, ring, hey, Paper, I'm over here, buddy, and smashes his face in, bashing him, that shovel doing damage. The exhaust dropped onto Get Me Fed, and that is a second kill. Both ADCs now dead, the BM walk away, and that is another kill also onto Toxillery there. Elijah now having to do the last stand, does not get the kill onto Werfel with the Zillion ulti down, and that looks to be the game as Trainee dies too, an ace in favor of Team Breakfast Club.
So I'm not. I don't want to sound like too super salty here, but it's almost like if you kill the Twitch, you win the fight.
Yeah, and they did. They
would've
killed
thought?
him and they won the fight.
Who
Game
would've
2
thought?
going over to Team Breakfast Club, tying the series up and taking the win home. We're all winners here, as these coaches are all going to go home with at least a little bit of something to show their students.
They're gonna go home with pride.
Yeah. No one's a loser. Well, I mean, you could say everyone's a loser, but that's not as positive. Here at Learning Fives, we're feeling good, feeling good. But thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into the stream. I'm Lalmian Cat, joined by Companion to Be. If you want to get in on the action, make sure to join the Discord below. This does conclude the coach show matches for this weekend. We will be having tournament show matches, I believe. Or sorry, the tournament showings in 2 weeks' time. So make sure to stay tuned for that. We might have a few odd streams here and there for more special show matches, but stay updated in the Discord for that. Also, follow the Twitter if you want more notifications, as we're not giving enough in the stream or in the Discord as is. But thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you have a wonderful night and sleep tight.